Hello Sugarplums, welcome back to my channel. Guys, in today's DIY, I'm going to be showing you how I transform my old brown table into this beauty right there. Now guys, this is my very first video that I ever posted on YouTube, and this video was the video that started the whole YouTube channel thing. So if me as a beginner ever using epoxy did this, anybody can do it. So I'm gonna be showing you how I did this using only epoxy, mica powder, and of course some black acrylic paint. Now you can use whatever color you want for the background of your table. Me, I decided to change the color of my table from brown to pink. I mean, from brown to black. I don't even like pink, guys, seriously. So first thing I did, I went and sanded out the whole table. It's very important for you to sand your piece first before using, epoxy or, painting it, just to make sure that the paint adhere better to it. So I'm going to go ahead and sand the whole table, and using a dry cloth, I'm going to go over it first removing all the dust, and then I wet the cloth, and then I went over the whole thing again, making sure all the dust is completely off. Now let your table completely dry, and then using like a spray primer, I went over the table because I'm gonna be using a black paint, so I use a black spray primer to go over the whole table. So I went and finished doing that. You're gonna let it dry again, guys. Make sure you let your table dry in between every thing that you do to it. Now this is the paint that I'm gonna be using. It's just a regular paint. You can use any brand that you want or any color that you want, but I use like a very glossy thick acrylic paint, and this paint I really love, guys. It dries super fast. It's very dark. I absolutely love it. So I'm gonna go over my table and I only did one coat, but you can do as many coats as you want, but just remember that you have to leave your table or your piece to dry in between coat if you're gonna do more than one coat. So after I went and paint all my table with the black acrylic paint, I'm gonna go ahead and let it dry, and I make sure to let my table dry overnight. As you can see, guys, it was late at night when I was doing it, so I let my table dry overnight, and then the next day, this is when we're gonna start making the magic happen. And guys, let me tell you, I was super excited, and leave it to me to start using something for the first time and decide to do like a giant piece with it. I'm like, I've been watching epoxy video on YouTube, and I'm like, oh my god, it's so beautiful. I want to try it. And of course, I decided to do my big table. Not a coaster, nothing small, but my big table. Thank God it came out really beautiful, and I was hooked with epoxy. So this is the epoxy I use. Again, I use from Marine Supply. As you can see, guys, this is the epoxy that started the whole thing, and I've been using it ever since then. So I went and now I'm dividing my mica powders into 6 different coats, 6 different cups. And then what I did is went over the whole table with a clear coat of epoxy. You have to do that just to make sure that you have better flow. So I went, and after I finished coating my epoxy, while it's still wet, you don't have to let this one dry, guys. While it's still wet, I'm gonna go over it with my mixed mica powder. Now I use 6 different color. I believe I use a gold, bronze, or copper, and then I use a blue. I use pearl white, and I also use a black diamond. So I'm gonna go and just do like straight strip line, but you can do any design that you want. You can do it horizontally, you can do it vertically, or you can do squiggly line, or you can do just giant big blocks. It's just depend to your taste. And then I went with like some flat any flat tool that you have. I'm just gonna go ahead and mess with the line that I create, and then I'm using like a what is it called, a heat gun. And then I went and pop any bubbles and move the colors. Now I let it dry overnight again, and this is what it looked like in the morning. I was like so happy, guys. You have no idea how happy I was. The thing was completely dry, and I was, yes, I didn't mess up. So now that my table is completely dry with the whole colors, now we're gonna go over it again with a big thick coat of clear epoxy, and we are done. And guys, just remember to follow the instruction of you know, the epoxy that you're using, and make sure you have your safety gear always there, you know, your glove, your mask, your you know, a fan or something. Like, use it in a ventilated area. If open a window, whatever you have to do, guys, make sure it's safe. Follow the instruction is very, very important, because epoxy is toxic when it's wet. When it's cured, it's fine, but when it's wet, it's toxic. So make sure you are following all the safety instruction. And guys, if it's your first time here, don't forget to go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Please give me a like. Enjoy this video with your friends and family. Make sure you have your notification bell to turn on so you can be notified on all my new upload. And if you are an old subscriber, thank you so much for coming back and watching my video. I really, really appreciate that, guys. Thank you so much again for being there. I really appreciate that. And guys, this is the finished result. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is again a re-upload of my very first video, just because the first video that I posted on YouTube, again, it's my first video, forgive me for that, but the editing was very pretty bad, so I decided to re-upload that for you guys, since this is the video that started the whole YouTube journey. And also, guys, I'll make sure that I upload on my channel every Tuesday and every Saturday, so make sure you have your notification bell on so you can be notified on all those videos. Guys, that's it for today. I'll see you on Saturday with a new video, guys. And as always, be blessed and stay blessed. I love you guys. Bye. Mwah.